Hello, this is composer Randall Standridge. This is the third tip in our series of tips for marching band that I hope you will find helpful. So far we've covered leg shape in the first video, and in the second one we talked about visual tone. The third one I'm going to talk about today is something that I see happen often with groups now. You know, in the past 20 years, marching band and all the marching activities have gone through a radical shift, where instead of just demonstrating marching technique, we are demonstrating more dance technique, which I think is great. And we're teaching more skills to all of our performers, but that also brings with it a whole new set of challenges in terms of cleaning those techniques and making people aware of them. And unfortunately, a lot of band directors have not been trained in dance technique, and thus they don't know what to look for. So what we're going to show in this video really quickly is how foot direction relates to leg shape and cleanliness of visual technique in the lower body. So one of the most common visuals I see bands use is what I would just call a lunge, or some people just call it a lean, where they will take one leg out to second position and then step into it like this. What I want to show you really quickly is how my toe is directly to the side, and that makes my knee point directly to the side. That is very important, because what you will see in a lot of groups that aren't trained as well is that their toe will be pointed in different directions, and I want you to look at what that does to my leg shape. So we as judges, when we are watching an ensemble, we will be very aware of the leg shape and how it is pointed. So if I see this nice angle from everybody, then I will reward that. But if I see this angle and this angle and this angle, which will be very obvious from the press box, from the field, from wherever, then I have to notate that the skill has not been fully absorbed by the performers. So we need to see that uniform demonstration going out from everybody, and that relates to toe direction. So if we're doing lunges correctly, what I would recommend is that you have your members learn to point their toes directly to the end zones, or at least perpendicular away from where the upper body is facing. The other element of that is you'll hear people say you need to push your knee over your toe. Here's what that means, because sometimes people use a lot of vocabulary, but they never say, by the way, this is what this means. When you lunge, the knee should, when they say go over the toe, not only should the direction be over the toe, but it should extend over the toe in such a way that visually your knee is either even or slightly ahead of the toe. What we're looking for when we say that is you might have some members that are stepping out so far that their knee is actually bent behind their toe like this, if you see what I'm talking about, where it's kind of a weird, big stance, and we can't really push the leg out. So make sure that you don't lunge quite so far that you can't push that knee over the toe, so that you make the correct shape. So extrapolating that from that one visual, anytime you do any lower body visual, the direction of the foot is going to dictate largely the angle of the hip, the angle of the knee, and thus the overall shape of the leg. So when you're cleaning visuals, make sure to look at the toe direction, address it, define it, and that will really help you get things a lot cleaner. I hope you found this comment helpful. I hope this tip helps you have a better marching season. As always, please hit subscribe to that bottom button down there, and the bell notification so you know when I put up new material. And please keep checking back for my channel for more about marching band, more about music, my music in particular, and more about life in general. And as always, peace, love, and music, and have a great marching season.